guys up front lined up. It's first down. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. And there's the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, they don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Looking to pass here on second down. Receiver makes the catch. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
These undersized slot receivers can be some of the toughest guys to contain for a defense. They're quicker than they really are fast, and they're very elusive, tough to contain in these one-on-one matchups.
In this opening possession, they'll face a 3rd down and 5. Receiver in motion now. He hands it off from the gun. And it's good for a first down to the 36.
Boy, an opportunity missed here by this defense. They get him to 3rd down. They load up the line of scrimmage, but they could not deny this backer coming up with that conversion.
Clemson getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down.
Well, heck, if they hadn't dug themselves such a big hole, what a positive play here, using that jet motion and that touch pass to pick up some huge yards and giving them a chance anyway of trying to come up with a first down.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. And the wideout goes in motion. Here's the handoff. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
So you're a defensive coordinator trying to stop this offense. Your eyes are in the backfield worried about that quarterback. He's going to run it or throw it. You got to worry about the receivers getting downfield and making big plays. And now, by the way, you got a program that has great history at the running back spot. Guys like, think about it, Travis Etienne and C.J. Spiller, the backs they have here now on this roster. Boy, just so many different combinations and ways to attack.
The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. From the shotgun, drops back. Caught quickly. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
In all of our prep work coming into this national championship, we really wondered how this secondary would hold up against this quarterback and this group of receivers. They better be ready to make some adjustments because right now, this quarterback is having his way with him.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What is an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with.
He's got a lane. Can he make the end zone? Touchdown, Tigers. This quarterback on fire today. Who says you need explosive plays, Kirk? That was a long, grinding scoring drive.
And think about this. This is a national championship, and you're able to execute like that against this quality of a defense, and that is a great job by the coordinator and the quarterback being in sync and putting together a heck of a drive.
Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Getting set. Here's second down. Ball handed off. But only a 1-yard gain, so it's 3rd and 9 coming up. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Tight end makes the grab. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down. So on their first drive of the game, they'll go for it in their own territory. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. 4th down. He's throwing for it. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. Going the other way. Can they catch him? Going to take it all the way in. Pick 6. Touchdown, Clemson.
How about the risky call here by this offense? I love that they're going for it on 4th down. Not so sure about the play call. The defense was not fooled at all. Steps in front of this throw for a nice touchdown.
With the extra point, the lead is 14. Getting set to kick the ball off now. He's going to return it from near the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Here comes the Golden Panthers offense back out there now. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick 6 last time out here. Throws a bullet deep down the right side. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
The gain makes it 2nd and medium. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. They're going to run it here. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Offense moving to a bunch formation. Play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on 3rd down. But they don't connect. It's incomplete, and it brings up 4th down.
Oof, the risk of throwing on 3rd and short. Lots of second guessing going over on that sideline about that play call. You got to wonder if they're going to go for it anyway on 4th down, but what will be the play call?
Fourth down, looking to throw for it. And it's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Great defensive play on fourth down.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on fourth down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that first down marker is and run that route a yard or two beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the first down. Instead, the defense comes up with a stop, and they get the ball back.
Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. And heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I'd love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Handoff from the shotgun. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. The quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Here's the second down play. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. A little bit too much air on that throw by the junior quarterback. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's fourth down coming up. And the Tigers will hustle to the line here to run the hurry up. Trying for a fourth down completion. He's got it. Enough for a first down. Tackle made at the 26. Good enough for a first down.
That's a pretty good job here by the defense, really, on this fourth down. They took away all his intended receivers. He just checks that down as a last-ditch effort. Give credit to the back for picking up that first down.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. They finally get him down, but a solid gain in that screen pass. Good call there.
That's another positive gain here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages, because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
Second down here. Time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning. We've got a blowout developing here before halftime. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Powering through. And they finally bring him down at the 5. Offense really threatening now.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
Less than a yard to go here on fourth down. The offense is going to go for it. Running a quarterback sneak here. The Tigers trying to punch it in. It's 1st and goal. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1. 2nd down and goal upcoming. Try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Kicking team on now for the extra point. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. Rifles this football to the left. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Panthers. Strong game by this quarterback.
Chris, is a great touchdown by the quarterback and receiver, but I just can't help but think this is why defensive coordinators work so hard on the pursuit drill. Better effort from the collective defense might have prevented that from being a touchdown.
And they'll set up for the PAT. PAT is good, makes the score 21-7. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. So they'll just take a knee here, and that will send us to halftime. Looks like the offense content to run the clock out here and go to halftime. Talk about the second half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Tigers will kick this away to get the second half going. And the returner elects to fair catch it, no return. The Florida International offense back on the field. We get the second half started with the running play. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
It's a good, solid game, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. He'll hand it off. An effective play. Good for a first down at the 35.
Was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Handoff here from the shotgun. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. If I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Short throw, running back makes the catch behind the line of scrimmage. Brought down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 49.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
Here's a 1st and 10 play. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback will throw this out of the RPO. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Can he get there on the ground? The game picks up the first down, tackled at the 37.
Good job up front by that offensive line, getting a good push to be able to allow the back to pick up this first down. This is an important drive for this offense. Now that they got a first down, they can open up this playbook and keep attacking this defense.
They go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And the runner brought down after just a short gain. Offense sets up for play number 8 on this drive. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. He's going to pull it down and run. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, in which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Moving the receiver around pre-snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, FIU. Strong fight back. So a long, methodical scoring drive. Great execution with championship pressure, Kirk.
Man, this is the biggest stage that you can play on. You're in the national championship, and drives like that are going to wear down the opponent physically and mentally. This wasn't an accident. They were very intentional in how they worked their way down the field, and it pays off in the end.
BHC is good. They still trail, though. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner